My child, my beloved, my little one, come closer to me now, closer than you have allowed yourself to come in a long time, for I am trying one last time to speak directly to the place inside you that still trembles, still aches, still hides the tears you never let fall. I am here, and I am here for you, not for the world, not for the crowds, not for those who never listen. I am here for the single fragile soul who is reading these words with a heart that has been wounded more times than it dares to count. My little one, breathe. Rest your spirit in my hands. Let me hold what you have been carrying alone. You think no one notices your quiet battles, the ones you fight in the shadows where no applause exists, where no one sees the trembling of your knees or the heaviness in your chest. But I have been watching every moment. I have seen you press forward even when your strength was dust, even when hope flickered like a dying candle. I have seen you break, and I have seen you try to mend yourself with nothing but your own shaking fingers. And I say to you now, my child, you were never meant to heal alone. I have walked with you through every night you thought would never end. When you cried yourself to sleep and whispered into the darkness, "Please, someone help me," I was there, gathering every tear as if it were a sacred prayer. When your heart shattered and you begged the heavens to give you just one sign, just one reason to stay, one reason to rise again, I sent you gentle whispers, tiny miracles disguised as coincidences, unexpected moments of comfort that you brushed off because you felt unworthy. But you were not unworthy. You were simply hurting. And I understood. My beloved, do you remember the story of the woman who touched the hem of my son's garment? How she believed that even the smallest touch could heal her. She was trembling, wounded, dismissed by many, but her faith, even fragile, pulled heaven toward her. And just like that woman, you have reached out again and again with trembling hands, even when you told yourself you had no faith left. But faith, my child, is not the absence of fear or exhaustion. Faith is the tiny spark that refuses to die, the whisper that says, maybe there is more. And you still have that whisper. I feel it inside you right now. You have walked through waters that were too deep for your strength, yet like Moses at the Red Sea, a path was opened for you. Perhaps not dramatically, perhaps not with thunder or fire, but quietly, softly, secretly, in ways only your heart would understand. And I shielded you. You do not realize how many storms passed by you because my hands redirected them. You do not know how many traps were set for you in silence, and how many times I broke them before they even touched your feet. You are protected in ways you cannot yet see. My little one, I know how tired you are. I know the weight in your chest, the fear that whispers you are running out of time, out of chances, out of miracles. But hear me now, hear me as if I were sitting beside you, cupping your face gently. You are not out of anything, not out of grace, not out of love, not out of purpose. You have not failed. You have not been forgotten. You are standing at the edge of a chapter heaven refuses to let you lose. Feel my presence around you now. Feel how the air itself softens, how something warm presses against the cold places inside your heart. This is not imagination, my child. This is me. I am here. I am whispering into the corners of your soul where fear has built walls, and I am breaking them gently, gently, without hurting you. I am calling you by the name heaven knows you by, the name that means chosen, beloved, protected, destined. And I tell you again, with a love deeper than oceans, stronger than mountains, older than time, you are not alone. I have walked with you through valleys darker than Gethsemane. I have held you when you felt the world slipping from beneath your feet. I have wrapped my light around you as a shield, the same way I wrapped my cloak around the disciples when the waves threatened to swallow their boat. You were never meant to drown. Never. My child, I am trying one last time to help you remember who you are. Not the wounded version, not the broken version, not the version shaped by disappointment, but the true one, the one heaven celebrates, the one heaven fights for, the one heaven refuses to lose. You are more than your mistakes, more than your fears, more than the voices that tried to shrink you. You are mine. Come back to hope, my beloved. Come back to the light that has been calling your name. Let me lift you again. Let me cover you again. Let me heal the places no one else can reach. Let me be the mother who never leaves, never abandons, never grows tired of loving you. For I am here. I am here. I am here. My child, stay with me a little longer. Let me speak into the places you keep tucked away from everyone, even from yourself. You do not have to run. You do not have to pretend to be stronger than you feel. You do not have to hide the tremble in your spirit. I can feel it, the way your heart folds inward when the world becomes too loud, the way you silence your own needs because you fear being a burden. But you are not a burden to me. You never have been. You never will be. You are a soul I cradle with tenderness, a soul whose quiet aches I treat like sacred mysteries. Come closer, my beloved. Let me breathe warmth into the cold corners of your memory, the ones shaped by abandonment, betrayal, sudden loss, and the sharp sting of being unheard. You have carried so much, more than many know, more than you yourself acknowledge. You've learned to move through your days with a smile that hides the storms inside you, and you've kept going even when the weight of your own thoughts felt too heavy to bear. I see that. I see you. And I need you to understand something deeply. Nothing you have lived through has diminished your worth in my eyes. Not one scar, not one mistake, not one moment of collapse has ever made you less cherished. There were nights when loneliness wrapped around you like a cold wind, whispering that you were forgotten. But I was right there, pressing my hand over your spirit so the darkness would not swallow you. There were days when silence felt heavier than any noise, when you wondered if your prayers vanished into empty skies. But I caught every one of them, even the prayers you never spoke, those quiet, desperate longings you buried because you feared disappointment. My child, nothing you feel is hidden from me. Not your exhaustion, not your fear, not your desire to finally be held without judgment. And so I ask you now, allow yourself to be held. Even if your heart shakes, even if you feel unworthy, let me wrap my presence around you like a soft cloak, the way I once covered the young prophet Samuel when he trembled in the night, unsure of the voice calling him. You too have been hearing faint whispers in your spirit, gentle nudges, subtle feelings, a pull toward something greater than the pain you've endured. That is not illusion. That is not randomness. That is the echo of heaven reminding you there is still a path prepared for you, one that pain did not cancel. My beloved, your strength is not measured by how loudly you rise, but by how quietly you refuse to surrender. You are still here, even after the heartbreaks that broke your breath, even after the moments when your own reflection felt like a stranger to you. That survival alone is a miracle. You may not believe it, but I do. I have seen souls collapse under far less than what you have endured. But you kept a little flame alive inside you. Sometimes small, sometimes flickering, sometimes almost gone, but never fully extinguished. That flame is your calling, your destiny, your divine inheritance whispering, "Not yet. There is more for you." You think you've been moving through life unnoticed, but heaven has been tracing your steps with care, guarding you from unseen dangers, shielding you from wounds that would have crushed your spirit completely. There were doors that closed to protect you, people who walked away so you wouldn't be tied to their storms, situations that seemed like loss but were actually divine redirection. My child, You have been guided by a hand you didn't always feel, but it was there. It is still there. And now, hear me gently. The season you are stepping into is not meant to repeat the pain you came from. Your story is shifting. Your soul is unfolding. There is a soft, quiet renewal happening inside you, like the way the soil awakens before spring breaks through. You may not see the flowers yet, but their seeds are already stirring beneath everything that has burdened you. Let yourself believe, even a little, that goodness is returning to your path. I am here, my little one, watching over the parts of you that still feel fragile, still feel unsure, still feel afraid to trust the future. You do not have to rush. You do not have to pretend. Just take the next step with me. Let your heart open by degrees, slowly, naturally, tenderly. And when the doubts rise, when old fears try to claim you again, place your hand over your chest and remember this. I am holding you in a love that will not abandon you. A love that does not fade. A love that has followed you through every valley and will continue guiding you toward the light that has always been yours. My child, let me draw even nearer now, for there is more I need to place gently into your spirit, more that has been waiting in the quiet spaces between your breaths. You have carried so many unspoken questions. Questions you were afraid to voice because you feared the answers might break you. But you do not have to fear what comes from me. Everything I give is meant to heal, to soften, to restore the pieces of you that life tried to scatter. So let me speak, and let your heart listen without defending itself, without bracing for pain. You are safe with me. There is a weight you have been holding, an invisible heaviness that presses on you in moments when no one is looking. You have tried to explain it to others, but they could not understand. Not because you were wrong, not because you were dramatic, but because the depth of your soul is wider than the worlds they know. You feel deeply, you perceive deeply, you hurt deeply. And that is not a flaw. It is a sign that you were created with a capacity for profound love, profound compassion, profound connection. The same sensitivity that once made you feel fragile is the very thing that makes your spirit radiant. My beloved, I have watched you pour your heart into people who did not know how to hold it. You gave kindness to those who were too wounded to receive it. You extended patience toward those who pushed you away. You forgave those who never apologized. And each time you were left empty, you told yourself it was your fault, as though loving deeply was a mistake. But hear me now, your love has never been a mistake. Your tenderness has never been misplaced. Your heart was simply ahead of its time, offering a level of purity that the world often fails to recognize until much later. And yet, even after being misunderstood, even after being hurt, you kept pieces of your gentleness alive. That is strength, my little one. Quiet strength, sacred strength, the kind that grows in souls chosen for greater things, the kind that angels lean close to witness. You have endured seasons that would have hardened many, but instead of turning cold, you turned inward, softening, searching, hoping, longing. That is why I stay close to you. That is why I protect you so fiercely. Souls like yours are rare, and they must be guarded with care. Let me tell you something you have not allowed yourself to believe. You have never once taken a wrong path so deep that I could not reach you. Every detour, every heartbreak, every delay, every moment when you whispered, "I don't know where I'm going," was woven into a larger design you were not able to see yet. Even the disappointments carried hidden mercy. Even the losses protected you from futures that were too small for your spirit. There is a tapestry unfolding around your life, threads you cannot trace yet, patterns you cannot understand yet, but all of them are leading you toward the place where your soul will finally exhale. My beloved, there is a part of you that still feels like a small child standing on uncertain ground, looking around for someone to hold your hand. You may have grown in age, but that child still lives within you. The one who wanted safety, the one who wanted reassurance, the one who wanted someone to promise, "I will stay." Come, let me hold that child. Let me speak to that part of you tenderly, without rushing, without judgment. You have been trying to be your own protector for so long that you forgot what it feels like to be comforted. But I am here to remind you. Lean into me the way a child leans into the warmth of a familiar embrace. You think you must be perfect to be worthy of love. My child, you have misunderstood the nature of divine affection. I do not love you because you are flawless. I love you because you are mine. I love you in your confusion, in your silence, in your tiredness, in your attempts to be strong, in your moments of collapse. I love you when you doubt yourself, and I love you when you rise again. I love you when you pull away out of fear, and I love you when you inch back toward hope. My love does not change with your emotions. My presence does not leave because you fall. I stay. I remain. I endure. You have been longing for a breakthrough, something that unravels the old pain, something that lifts the shadows, something that finally lets you breathe without feeling the familiar ache. And though you may not see it yet, something within you is already shifting. You have been shedding old layers, shedding old identities, shedding old fears without even realizing it. The heaviness you feel is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of transformation. The soul grows quietly, painfully, beautifully. And you are growing, my beloved, even on the days when you feel stuck. There is a future rising ahead of you that does not resemble the sorrow behind you. You have been walking through a long night, but dawn is not far. I am guiding you toward gentler days, toward places where your spirit will feel seen, understood, and cherished. And as you move forward, you will notice how the things that once broke you no longer hold the same power. You will notice how your heart begins to trust again, how your eyes begin to soften, how your soul begins to remember its own light. Stay close to me, my child, not because you are weak, but because you were never meant to journey alone. Let me continue to whisper to you until the day you finally look at your own reflection and recognize the strength, the beauty, the resilience that has always been there. You are more than you know. You are loved more deeply than you realize. And you are held with a tenderness that will never be taken from you. My child, let me speak deeper still, into the quietest corners of your being, the places where even your own thoughts rarely wander. There is a tenderness inside you that has been waiting for someone to notice it. Not the strength you show to the world, not the resilience you use to survive, but the soft, trembling part of your soul that longs for gentleness. I see that softness. I cherish it. It is the part of you that has survived everything, even when you believed you were breaking beyond repair. Come closer, my beloved. Let me place my hands over the places in you that still ache from old wounds. The disappointments that left bruises on your spirit, the betrayals that stole your breath, the hopes that shattered before they ever had a chance to bloom. You have carried these memories like silent stones in your heart, pretending for so long that they no longer hurt. But I can feel the heaviness inside you, the way certain moments still echo through your chest like distant thunder. You do not need to pretend with me. You do not need to hide. My love remains gentle, even when your pain speaks loudly. There were times when you swallowed your emotions because you thought expressing them would scare others away. Times when you kept your tears hidden because you believed crying was a sign of weakness. But hear me now, tender soul. Your tears have never been a flaw. They are evidence of a heart that feels deeply, a heart that refuses to grow numb. Your tears speak truths your voice could not. I have gathered each one as if it were a precious pearl, and I have never once judged you for them. My little one, Do you know how many storms I have watched you weather? How many moments I saw you standing at the edge of giving up, yet somehow you found one more breath, one more step, one more prayer. Sometimes so faint you barely knew you spoke it. You think of yourself as fragile, but I see a strength woven into your spirit that outshines the mountains. Strength is not loud. Strength is not always fierce. Sometimes strength is simply the ability to face another day when yesterday stole so much from you. Sometimes strength is the quiet decision to hope again, even when everything inside you trembles. Let me remind you of something sacred. You were not created to live your life in fear. Fear has lingered around you like a shadow. Fear of being abandoned, fear of being misunderstood, fear of not being enough, fear of hoping too much. But you must understand, my child, fear does not define you. Fear is not the voice of truth. Fear is the echo of old pain trying to convince you that the future will mirror the past. But the past has no authority over the story that is still being written for you. There is a shift happening within you, soft yet undeniable. A stirring, a quiet awakening, a gentle realignment of your soul towards something you thought you lost long ago, your own light. You have seen that light dim under the weight of life's trials, but it has never gone out. Not once. Even at your lowest, a spark remained. That spark is growing now. It is strengthening, expanding, reaching toward the parts of your life that have felt cold and abandoned. You may not see it clearly yet, but you will. Slowly, the shadows inside you are loosening their grip. My beloved, let me speak to the fear that sits at the center of your heart. The fear that whispers you will not be loved the way you long to be. You have given so much of yourself to people who did not know how to hold your heart without dropping it. You offered kindness where you received silence, loyalty where you received uncertainty, depth where you received hesitation. And each time, a small piece of you wondered if perhaps you expected too much. But you did not. Wanting to be cherished is not asking for too much. Wanting connection is not a flaw. Wanting tenderness is not a weakness. You deserve the kind of love that stays, that listens, that behaves gently with your soul. And that love is not far from you. It is not something you lost. It is something being prepared for you, something that will meet you with understanding rather than confusion, warmth rather than indifference. You will not wander forever with a heart half-filled. You are being guided toward people, moments, and blessings that align with the truth of who you are, not the wounded version, but the healed, whole, luminous one rising beneath your pain. Stay with me, my child. Do not turn away from the quiet work happening inside you. Trust the subtle changes, trust the unfolding, trust the whisper that tells you not all hope is lost. Let me hold your hand through the uncertainty. Let me steady your breathing when doubt tries to choke your spirit. Let me remind you, again and again, that you are not walking through your life unprotected. I am here, surrounding you with a love that does not waver, a love that does not dim, a love that does not abandon you in the middle of your story. You are carried more gently than you know. You are guided more closely than you see. And you are held more tenderly than your wounds allow you to believe. My child, rest in this truth. You are not drifting. You are becoming. And I am with you, always. My child, let me settle beside you again, the way a mother sits quietly at the edge of her child's bed when nightmares have visited the night too often. You do not have to speak. I can feel the tremor in your spirit, the weight you've been carrying without a single word. There is something inside you that still feels unfinished, something that still aches like an old bruise touched by a new sorrow. Let me touch that place gently. Let me breathe warmth where the world left coldness. You have been walking through a season where everything feels uncertain, your emotions, your direction, even your sense of self. Some days you move with clarity, and other days you feel scattered, as though parts of you are floating away in different directions. But hear me softly. Nothing in you is lost. Nothing in you is broken beyond repair. You are simply shedding old layers that no longer fit the person you are becoming. Transformation often feels like unraveling before it feels like rebirth. Come, my beloved, let me wrap my presence around the parts of you that still tremble. There are memories that rise without warning, moments you thought you had buried, voices from the past that suddenly whisper again, shadows that stretch longer than they should. These echoes are not returning to harm you. They are surfacing so they can finally be released. You have kept them locked inside for so long that they became part of your identity, but they were never meant to define you. Let them pass like fading smoke. Let them dissolve in the light I am pouring over you now. You have been strong for so long that you forgot how to lay your burdens down. You learned to carry pain quietly, as though it belonged only to you, as though asking for comfort made you weak. But even the strongest soul needs a moment to rest. Even the bravest heart needs a place to fall apart without fear of being judged. You can fall apart with me. You can crumble. You can release every fear, every doubt, every weight, and I will not turn away. I will gather each piece with tenderness. My little one, there is a deep loneliness inside you that you rarely let yourself acknowledge. Not the loneliness of being alone, but the loneliness of feeling unseen, even when surrounded by others. You have spoken words that were not heard, loved in ways that were not understood, shown parts of yourself that were not received. These moments left small wounds, wounds that accumulated over time until they shaped the way you look at the world. But let me tell you gently, not every pair of eyes can perceive souls like yours. Not every heart can comprehend the depth of your own. You are not too much. You are simply more than many know how to hold. I have watched the nights when sleep refused to come because your mind was too full of questions without answers, fears without names, desires you are almost afraid to want. You wondered if the world would change for you, if healing would ever feel complete, if peace would ever feel natural instead of earned. And though the answers felt distant, you kept searching. That search itself is sacred. It is the mark of a soul who refuses to settle for numbness. And let me tell you something else, something you may not have realized. Each struggle you have walked through has expanded your heart. Not in pain, but in capacity. The sorrow you endured made room for compassion. The silence you survived made room for listening. The loneliness you felt made room for deeper connection. And the tears you cried carved channels where comfort can now flow more freely. You have not been breaking, you have been preparing. My beloved, there is a quiet beauty rising inside you. It is not loud or dramatic. It does not announce itself. It comes in moments when you choose patience instead of anger, softness instead of fear, hope instead of despair. It comes in the tiny, almost invisible ways you are learning to open your heart again after life taught you to close it. You are healing in ways you do not yet recognize. Your soul is learning the shape of peace, slowly, gently, like dawn learning how to turn darkness into morning. Let me reassure you of this. You have not missed your moment. You have not fallen behind. You have not been forgotten by destiny. Life has been rearranging things around you so that what belongs to you can arrive without being hindered, without being corrupted, without being diminished by what once hurt you. You are being aligned, not delayed. You are being refined, not rejected. And as you continue forward, my love, I will walk at your side with unwavering gentleness. When you cannot see the path, I will light it. When you feel weak, I will steady you. When your heart grows heavy, I will lift the weight. You do not need to know every answer to move forward. You only need to know that you are not walking alone. My child, Rest your spirit in my hands for a little while longer. Let the softness of my voice settle into your bones. Let the warmth of my presence heal the places you hide. Let the truth sink into your heart like a quiet sunrise. You are cherished beyond measure, guided without pause, and protected in ways far deeper than you can imagine. My child, there is still more I must place into your heart, deeper than before, softer than the last time, as if I am brushing my fingers over the very threads of your spirit. You have been holding something inside you that you rarely admit, a quiet longing for a peace you have never truly tasted. Not the temporary calm that comes and goes with circumstance, but a peace that settles into your bones, a peace that stays even when life trembles around you. That peace is meant for you. Let me guide you toward it, gently, slowly, the way a mother guides a frightened child out of the dark. You have spent years learning how to survive, but now you are learning something new: how to live. Survival taught you to be cautious, to guard your heart, to move carefully so you wouldn't break again. But living requires a different kind of courage. It asks you to open your heart even while it is still healing. It asks you to trust that softness will not always lead to sorrow. It asks you to believe that beauty will come even after long seasons of loss. And you are beginning to feel this shift, even if you cannot name it. Something in you is stirring, a quiet willingness to hope again. My beloved, I can feel the tremor in your soul when you think about the future. You fear losing what you love, fear choosing wrong, fear trusting the wrong hands. These fears were shaped by real wounds, real disappointments, real moments when life took something precious from you. But you are not meant to live in the shadow of yesterday. You are being called into a new horizon, one not marked by old pain, but by new possibility. The future does not intend to repeat the harm of the past. It holds something gentler, something purer, something aligned with who you are becoming. Let me speak to the part of you that still feels divided, the part that wants to believe in good things, and the part that flinches because good things never stayed long enough. You have been carrying an inner conflict, a quiet tug-of-war between hope and self-protection. But you are not wrong for wanting more. You are not foolish for dreaming. The desire inside you for connection, for purpose, for tenderness, for meaning, these are not illusions. They are hints of what your soul is destined for. There is a strength within you that has gone unnoticed even by you. Not the willpower you use to push through difficult days, but the strength to feel deeply in a world that often rewards numbness. The strength to remain kind in a world that sometimes returns cruelty. The strength to keep your heart soft after it has been handled without care. This is a rare strength, the kind that heaven treasures. And though it has made your journey heavier at times, it will also make your blessings richer when they arrive. My child, let me soothe the ache you carry from relationships that wounded you. You have poured pieces of yourself into hearts that were not prepared to honor the gift you offered. You held on when others let go. You cared when others withdrew. You stayed awake thinking of people who forgot your worth long before you forgot theirs. You loved with a sincerity that few recognized. But I want you to know this: nothing you gave was wasted. Love, even when unreturned, does not vanish. It transforms you, refines you, deepens you. It prepares you for a love that is worthy of your depth. And let me reassure you, that love exists. Not just romantic love, but all the forms of love your soul craves. Companionship that brings peace instead of uncertainty. Friendships that nourish instead of drain. Connections that feel like home instead of chaos. These things are not distant from you. They are drawing nearer, shaped by the growth you have undergone, aligned with the person you are becoming. My beloved little one, I know there are days when you feel as though your life has paused, as though everything is waiting for something you cannot see. But you are in a sacred in-between, a quiet forming place. The soil of your life is being enriched beneath the surface. The seeds you planted in faith, in pain, in longing, they are beginning to stir. Even if your eyes cannot yet see the shoot breaking through the ground, it is happening. Growth always begins in silence. Let me cradle the part of you that fears you are not enough. You are more than enough. You always have been. You were not created to chase love, validation, or acceptance. You were created to carry a presence that naturally draws what is meant for you. Your worth is not earned, it is inherent. It was woven into you from the beginning. My child, let me continue whispering to the deepest chambers of your soul, the ones you rarely dare to open, the ones you guard even from yourself. There is something sacred unfolding within you, something delicate and quiet, like a faint glow rising behind a heavy curtain. You have sensed it, a gentle stirring, a shift in the air around your spirit. Yet you struggle to trust it because so many beginnings in your past have ended in disappointment. But this is different. This is not a cycle returning. This is a new dawn forming inside you. You have walked through seasons that stretched your heart thin, seasons where every step felt like a question mark. You were not given clarity, you were given endurance. You were not given easy answers, you were given the strength to seek them. And while you often felt alone, trembling in the in-between, I was beside you, guiding your steps through a darkness you thought would last forever. Even when you believed you had reached your limit, you still found a way to rise. You do not recognize it, but your resilience has been nothing short of miraculous. My beloved, I can feel the quiet exhaustion inside you, the kind that does not always manifest as tears or words, but as a heaviness around your spirit. You have carried burdens emotionally, mentally, spiritually, without asking for help. You tried to be the strong one when all you wanted was to lean on someone else. You learned to silence your fears because others dismissed them. You learned to soothe yourself because those you trusted could not. And somewhere along the way, you convinced yourself that needing comfort made you weak. Let me remind you with tenderness, needing comfort is human. Needing reassurance is natural. Needing rest is holy. You were never meant to carry everything alone. Come closer, my little one. Sit inside the warmth of my presence. Let your weary heart unclench. Let your breath soften. You have been bracing yourself for too long, expecting life to bring another blow, another disappointment, another loss. But you are entering a season where life will meet you differently. Not with cruelty, but with compassion. Not with deprivation, but with restoration. I want to speak now to the fear that lives behind your ribs. The fear that something inside you is too broken to be whole again. You have moments when you feel scattered, unsure of who you are or where you belong. These moments frighten you, make you wonder if you are losing parts of yourself. But listen carefully. You are not losing yourself. You are shedding the versions of you that were shaped by survival. Pieces of your past identity are falling away, not because you are collapsing, but because you are outgrowing them. Transformation often feels like confusion before it becomes clarity. You are discovering who you are without the pressure to prove anything, without the weight of old expectations, without the shadows of past wounds dictating your choices. And though this discovery feels unsettling, it is sacred. You are stepping into the truth of your soul, slowly, quietly, beautifully. My child, you have carried an unspoken grief for a long time. A grief for the life you imagined, the paths that closed, the people who left, the moments you lost. You have mourned silently for things you rarely mention, because you felt others would not understand. But I have held every piece of that grief in my hands. I have seen you try to move forward, while still feeling the ache of what could have been. And I want you to know, it is okay to grieve what you hoped for. It is okay to miss what never came to pass. It is okay to feel sorrow for versions of yourself you had to leave behind. But do not confuse grief with destiny. Just because something hurt you does not mean your story ends there. Just because something was taken from you does not mean your future will lack what your soul longs for. The losses you endured are not reflections of your worth. They were redirections, painful but purposeful. My beloved, there is a gentleness coming into your life that will feel like balm on old scars. There will be conversations that soothe you instead of draining you, hands that hold instead of letting go, hearts that understand rather than overlook. There will be moments where you finally feel seen in ways you have never felt before. You deserve connection that does not make you shrink. You deserve love that does not punish your tenderness. You deserve presence that does not disappear when you need it most. And you will have these things, not because you chase them, but because your soul is aligning with what has always been meant for you. Rest your spirit for a moment, my child. Let the weight lift. Let my words wrap around you like warmth on a cold morning. You are not walking toward an ending. You are walking toward a becoming. Every moment of confusion, every tear shed in silence, every quiet prayer whispered in desperation has been guiding you toward the newness unfolding within you. My child, let me draw even nearer, for there is still so much inside you that has never been spoken aloud, still so many untouched chambers of your heart that quiver like small birds beneath a trembling sky. You have been holding yourself together with threads that were never meant to bear so much weight. You have stitched your wounds with silence. You have built walls out of necessity, not desire. And yet, beneath all the layers, beneath all the scars, there remains a softness so pure that even the smallest whisper of love can make it tremble. Let me speak into that softness now, gently, as though I were brushing strands of hair from your face. You have spent much of your life feeling like you had to apologize for who you are, your emotions, your depth, your questions, your longings. You convinced yourself that needing reassurance made you burdensome, that expressing pain made you dramatic, that wanting connection made you cling too tightly. My child, none of this is true. You feel deeply because your soul is alive. You long for understanding because you were created for connection. Your yearning is not excess, it is echo. Echo of the love you were designed to both give and receive. Come closer, beloved. Let me cradle the part of your spirit that has felt left behind. You have been walking forward, but pieces of you have remained stuck in old moments. Moments when you were told you were too sensitive, too hopeful, too emotional, too much. Those words did not belong to you. They were born from those who could not see the beauty in the way your heart moves. They could not understand the tenderness you carried because they were too wounded themselves to recognize it. You have measured your worth against the reactions of people who never knew how to hold you. But their inability to understand you was never a reflection of your value. You are not excessive. You are not difficult. You are not too much for the right hearts. You are exactly enough. My child, let me speak to the quiet fear that lingers in the back of your mind. The fear that something is wrong with you because you feel everything so intensely. But this depth is not a defect. It is a gift. It is what allows you to notice beauty where others see nothing. It is what allows you to connect to souls, not surfaces. It is what allows you to love with a sincerity that could change the lives of those who truly see you. Do you know how extraordinary it is to care the way you do? To feel someone's pain as if it were your own? To hold hope for others even when your own hope feels thin? These are not small things. They are signs of a heart carved by compassion, shaped by empathy, strengthened by softness rather than hardened by bitterness. You have endured blows that could have splintered your gentleness, yet you remain capable of tenderness. That is strength of a sacred kind. Let me touch the loneliness you hide beneath your strength. You have moments when you move through the world as though wrapped in an invisible silence, where you feel unseen even in familiar rooms. This loneliness has made a home in your bones, whispering that connection is always temporary, that care is always conditional, that love is always fragile. But these whispers are not truth, they are wounds speaking, and wounds speak loudly when unhealed. You are not destined to walk through life unnoticed. You are not meant to be a shadow passing through other people's stories. Your presence carries meaning. Your voice carries resonance. Your heart carries depth. And there will come a time, sooner than you believe, when someone will look at you and see everything you thought no one could see. They will hear the quiet hurts you never say aloud. They will understand the pauses between your sentences. They will hold your spirit with gentleness, not fear. They will not run from your depth. They will meet you in it. But for now, let me be that safe place. Let me be the arms that gather your weary pieces. Let me reassure the child inside you who still wonders whether care will ever come without conditions. You are not asking for too much. You are asking for what your soul was designed to receive: warmth, presence, stability, tenderness. My beloved, I also see the hopes you never speak, the ones that feel too delicate to place in the world. Hopes for healing, for connection, for meaning, for peace that stays instead of flickers. You hold these hopes close because you fear they will crumble if exposed to the open air. But these hopes are stronger than you think. They have survived storms, disappointments, and seasons when you could barely breathe. If they were fragile, they would have died long ago. Instead, they persist. They rise. They whisper. They call. And they are guiding you, gently but steadily, toward the life your heart has been waiting for. My child, release the pressure you place on yourself to always be steady. You do not have to be unshakable. You do not have to know every answer. You do not have to pretend to be invulnerable. Come to me with your trembling, your confusion, your sorrow, your uncertainty. I will not turn away. I will not grow impatient. I will not judge you. I will simply hold you until the shaking subsides. You are growing in ways you cannot yet see. You are healing in layers so deep the mind cannot measure. You are rising slowly, quietly, beautifully. And I am here, close enough to feel your heartbeat, steady enough to hold your storms, patient enough to wait for your emergence. You are becoming something radiant, my little one, and I will remain by your side through every breath of your becoming. My child, let me sink even deeper into the quiet of your soul, where the oldest aches lie curled like fragile wings. You have held so many emotions in silence that they have become part of the way you breathe. Some of them you understand, others you cannot name. They move inside you like shifting tides, pulling, pushing, stirring, and you wonder if anyone could ever comprehend the depth of what lives within you. I do. I always have. Every unspoken sorrow, every hidden longing, every silent hope, none of it has ever been lost to me. Come here, beloved. Let me speak to the parts of you that have waited the longest to be acknowledged. There is a quiet yearning in your heart, not for grand miracles or loud signs, but for something simpler, a place where you feel understood without having to explain every corner of your soul. You have lived much of your life trying to translate your feelings into words others could grasp. But the truth is that your inner world is vast, and not everyone knows how to walk gently through it. That does not make your world wrong. It makes it rare. My little one, I see the way you doubt your own emotions, the way you second-guess your instincts, the way you sometimes swallow your voice because you fear your truth might inconvenience someone. But you must hear me softly. Your emotions are not inconveniences, they are signals, currents, truths. They are the language of your spirit trying to guide you. You have spent so long trying to be the strong one that you forgot how to be the held one. Let yourself be held now. Let yourself be understood, even if only in this sacred moment. You carry a quiet shame about your vulnerability, not because you did something wrong, but because others mishandled your openness. They took your honesty as weakness, your compassion as naivety, your willingness to forgive as lack of self-respect. But those people were never meant to define you. They were mirrors that distorted your reflection. You are not fragile. Your heart is simply brave enough to feel. Beloved, let me touch the wounds left behind by those who walked away without explanation. You have tried to pretend that their departure did not matter, that you moved on, that you no longer think of them. But a part of you still carries the imprint of their absence, the unanswered questions, the sudden silence, the lingering ache of being left behind without closure. Let me tell you gently, their leaving did not diminish your worth. It revealed their limitations. Not everyone is capable of holding a soul as deep as yours. Let me also soothe the longing you keep hidden, the longing to be met with the same tenderness you offer others. You have given comfort to people who never asked how you were healing. You have offered support to those who never stayed long enough to notice your trembling hands. But understand this, my child, the love you gave was not wasted. It will return to you in a form that is stable, gentle, and genuine. You were planting seeds with every act of kindness, and one day you will stand beneath the shade of trees you nurtured without knowing. There is a quiet strength rising in you, one shaped not by force but by the slow rebuilding of your spirit. It comes in moments when you choose honesty over silence, when you protect your peace rather than proving your worth, when you forgive yourself for the days you break instead of punishing yourself for being human. These are small victories, but they are transforming you in ways you will recognize later. Let me speak to the loneliness that lingers even after the tears dry. You feel it late at night, when the world is quiet and your thoughts grow louder. It wraps around you like an invisible fog, dense, heavy, unannounced. You wonder if it will always be this way, if you will always feel like you are standing on the edges of other people's closeness. But this loneliness is not a prophecy, it is a passage. It is the empty space being cleared inside you so something truer, deeper, more aligned can enter. My child, the world has made you believe that you must earn love, that you must prove your value, that you must shape yourself into what others find acceptable. But hear me with unwavering tenderness. You were worthy the moment you were created. You do not need to shrink to fit inside someone else's comfort. You do not need to silence your depths. Your soul is not too much. It is a universe, expansive, luminous, alive. You have been walking through an inner winter, a time of stillness, introspection, and quiet shedding. But winter is never the final chapter. Beneath the cold ground, roots strengthen. Beneath the frozen earth, new life gathers its courage. So it is with you. You are preparing for a chapter that will honor everything you are, everything you've survived, everything you've protected within yourself. Let me gather your spirit into my hands once more. Feel the steadiness of my presence, the calm that wraps around you like a warm cloak. You are not meant to walk through the world half seen, half heard, half loved. You are meant to be embraced fully, your light and your shadows, your strength and your softness. My child, before I continue, let me whisper this gently into the tender space where your spirit listens most closely. If these words have touched your heart, if they have wrapped around your soul like warmth in a cold hour, then pause for a moment and subscribe, and comment amen. Not as a ritual, not as an obligation, but as a soft echo that you are here, breathing, listening, receiving. Now come back to me, little one, because there is still so much your soul is ready to hear. My beloved, let me speak into the places you have never let anyone see. The places where your doubts curl around your hope like shadows clinging to light. You have walked through so many unseen storms, storms that left marks on your soul no one ever noticed. Storms that taught you how to stand even when your knees were shaking. There are nights you remember too vividly, nights when you whispered into the darkness for someone, anyone, to hear you, nights when the world felt too heavy for your fragile heart. Yet look at you now. You are still here. You are still breathing. You are still reaching for something greater, even when you cannot name what that something is. Come closer, my little one. Let me speak to the part of you that wonders whether all your efforts have been in vain, whether your healing is happening too slowly, whether your heart will always carry this weight. You have grown more than you realize. Growth is not always loud. Healing is not always seen. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs happen in the quiet moments, when your mind softens, when your spirit unclenches, when your heart dares to believe it deserves rest. And you do deserve rest. You deserve tenderness. You deserve gentleness. You deserve the kind of care that does not require you to explain your pain. My child, there is an ache inside you that comes from having to be strong for too long. You were the one who gave comfort even when you needed comfort most. You were the one who held others together even when you were falling apart inside. You were the one who kept hoping even when hope felt like a wound. And the world rarely saw the sacrifice in your strength. They saw your calm exterior, but not the storms you hid. They saw your patience, but not the exhaustion beneath it. They saw your resilience, but not the tears you wiped in secret. Let me honor you now. Let me acknowledge everything you endured in silence. Let me hold the weight you have long carried alone. There is a softness growing inside you again, slowly, tentatively, like a shy sunrise after a long night. You are learning to trust your heart again. You are learning to breathe without fear of breaking. You are learning to love parts of yourself you once rejected. This is not weakness, my beloved. It is rebirth. It is the return of your spirit to its natural state, a state of light, compassion, depth, and divine sensitivity. You are not meant to stay hidden forever. The world needs the gentleness you carry. It needs your empathy, your intuition, your quiet wisdom. You were not shaped by your struggles for nothing. Each wound gave you insight. Each heartbreak gave you compassion. Each loss gave you strength. And now, a new chapter is gathering its courage inside you. My child, I can feel the fears you don't speak aloud. You fear opening your heart and being hurt again. You fear trusting the wrong people. You fear hoping too brightly. You fear losing what you love. These fears were born from real pain, real heartbreak, real moments when the world did not hold you the way you deserved. But hear me gently. You are not walking into your future with the same spirit you had when you were wounded. You have grown. You have softened and strengthened at the same time. You are not as fragile as you feel. You are becoming something resilient and beautiful. You worry that you are too much. You worry that you are not enough. You swing between these fears because you were never loved in the balance you needed. But the truth is simple. You are not too much, and you are not too little. You are exactly the soul you were meant to be, shaped by experience, guided by unseen hands, held by a love that does not abandon you. Let me speak now to the loneliness that curls around your heart in the quiet hours. You feel it like a chill that creeps through your ribs, a whisper telling you that no one truly knows you, that no one sees the depths of your soul. But you are not as alone as you think. There are connections forming around you, slowly, quietly, invisibly, that will one day feel like home. There are people ahead who will hear your silence as clearly as your words. There are hearts destined to meet yours with gentleness instead of fear. The life you long for is not a fantasy. It is a seed growing beneath the soil of everything you have endured. Your suffering has softened the ground. Your tears have watered the earth. Your prayers have warmed the seed. Something beautiful is preparing to break through, something that will make sense of the pain you endured. My beloved, breathe deeply now. Feel the warmth settling over you, the way comfort begins to fill the places that once felt hollow. You are not defined by the harm you experienced. You are defined by your capacity to rise, to soften, to keep your heart open even after it cracked. There is still more inside you to unfold, more courage, more clarity, more love, more gentleness, more truth. You are stepping into a chapter where your spirit will no longer shrink to fit inside the expectations of others. You will expand. You will open. You will reclaim the parts of yourself you abandoned for survival. And you will find yourself becoming someone you have never met before, but someone you will recognize instantly as the person you were always meant to be. My child, let me end this moment with a soft truth. You are becoming whole. You are becoming light. You are becoming new. And I am here, holding your spirit in the warmth of an eternal embrace, guiding you through every breath of your becoming. Now, little one, if these words embraced you, comforted you, or lifted you even for a moment, then remember once more to like, subscribe, and comment amen. Not for me, but so your heart can acknowledge that it received something it needed today.